Hello, thanks for joining me today. Moving into my third week of James Montreal Beer Reviews Season 3. This time it's going to be all about English ales this week, and here's a little challenge. Make a beer review video for any sort of English style ale, it doesn't matter where it's brewed, that you haven't tried yet, and post it up as a response to this video. It could be fun, if you want to participate or not, it's up to you, but I encourage people to try some new beers, because I believe English ales are amazing if they're quality real ales. And to prove that, we're going to review something I haven't tried. This is Fiddler's Elbow from Wychwood Brewery down in Oxfordshire, England, and it's probably one of the most well-known Wychwood brews, apart from besides Hobgoblin, which is obviously the most well-known. But nevertheless, this is a pale ale by some classifications. Some other sites I've heard classify this as an ASB, but I'm not really going to stick with any staple style definition. I'm just going to call it an English ale and see what it's all about. But it should be interesting because it's actually brewed with wheat, apart from the hops and the barley usually used in the English ale process. Funny thing about the name, Fiddler's Elbow doesn't really refer to the actual elbow of a fiddler, or any sort of disease or anything like that, disorder. It's actually a group of islands on the River Thames, and part of Oxfordshire actually covers that area, so I guess the proximity of the brewery to their place made them want to use this name for an ale, pretty much. But let's review it now and let's see what it's all about. Let's take a look at the bottle. It's a nice Wychwood size and shaped bottle, half-litre. Says a Fiddler's Elbow, 5.2% ABV beer and 500 ml. Has a real nice picture of a fiddler. Really like those labels from Wychwood. They're usually really nice looking and appealing. Here we have the Wychwood logo, the witch, and it says imported. And Fiddler's Elbow beer, and same thing in different languages. Fiddler's Elbow is a wonderfully refreshing beer brewed with wheat, malt and hop with styrian. So they use styrian golden, it's a pretty good variety. And contains wheat and barley malts, so that's it. Brewed and bottled in Wychwood Brewery called Witney, Oxfordshire, in England, obviously. And it says please drink sensibly. So and it's best before September. So I guess I better get going with this before it gets bad. And let's take a look at the cap. It's one of those real nice Wychwood caps, nice and black. Okay, let's open the bottle. Can be cautious not to damage the cap. I really want to save that for now. Another reason I chose English ales as a theme for this week is because I'm actually going to be there in England in a week and a bit. Because in a week exactly today, I'm leaving to Paris to see my friend, and then we're taking a trip to the UK with him. So I'll be hitting London, and then I'm moving to Sussex to see my family friends there. But I'm definitely going to be doing some reviews with my friend, probably on different locations, maybe some French beers first, maybe then maybe some reviews at the pub, any sort of pub in London I see, but it should be interesting. Looking at this beer, it looks really amazing to me. Orange kind of body, maybe orange kind of gold body. Wouldn't say this is copper or amber, this is more like orange. A load of bubbles on the sides, kind of nice semi-creamy kind of head. What else? Loads of carbonation at first, actually. I don't know if you can see that, but sure do. Wonderful citrus hop aroma and kind of caramel malt as well. I did detect some wheat notes as well, because and it's fairly hoppy. I mean, it's not as hoppy as an IPA would be, but certainly you get that nice fruity, maybe a bit grassy kind of hoppiness. Not really pine, but more lemon and a touch of grapefruit, I guess. And yeah, loads of caramel, kind of sweet. Nice, nice smell in ale. Certainly a proper smell you should get in an ale. Cheers. Nice and crisp at first. you get a lot of hops and enough malts as well. I think it's sort of a tie. It's not a malty beer, but it's not entirely hoppy beer either. It's sort of like, you know, half, 50-50, but you get enough of each, so it's not weak on either of the sides. Fruity overall, mildly sweet, not too sweet, you know, that's not a very sweet ale. Not a bitter one either. You get some bitterness in the finish, not very dry, at least, you know, for now. And certainly get some biscuity malts and caramel notes as well. This is the kind of ale I like, that's for sure. Nice and easy drinking, complex, fruity, and, you know, goes down smooth. Carbonation is fine, not to be bothered about it, to be worried. Very, very good one, that's for sure. I'll come back to this, but certainly going to get a good grade from me. This is the style, you know, this is the type of ales I prefer. As far as the classification, I don't know, it does taste like a pale ale, but you also get some characteristics of an extra special bitter. But I believe it's a bit milder. It's not as, you know, potent. Even in the ABV, you know, it's 5.2. I think the domestic version in England is only 4.5, so it wouldn't be quite an ASB, at least in my opinion. But I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. As I've said, this is a really good ale. It's amazing how the hop and malt are balanced. Like, it's hard to tell which ingredient dominates, but you do get a lot of, you know, enough of both. Nice, pithy, kind of fruity, slightly tart hop profile, and you get some nice caramel and biscuit-like malts as well, both of them. All in all, it's a drinkable kind of session ale. Probably not, you know, the very, very, very high grade kind of English ale, but this is certainly a good example of the style. I believe this is more of a pale kind of ale, but could be wrong. But I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, so 4 out of 5. It's not, you know, exactly the best thing out there, but it's certainly quality ale, and it's certainly drinkable session beer. Has enough complexity to offer for like any beer connoisseur, but at the same time, you know, it's nice and easy going, nice and smooth. I was able to get some lacing kind of dissipated by now, and still, you know, some head, which proves that it's a good beer in a way, I guess. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's a good start for my English Ale week. I really enjoyed this. Probably not as much as Hobgoblin, but almost as much, I guess. So this is Fiddler's Elbow from Wychwood, 8 out of 10. That's it for this review. And one more thing before I go, I just want to say that, so yeah, next week I'll be off for quite a while actually. I'll be going to Paris and England, a few places there. Then I'm off to my you know, native land in Russia, and I'm hoping to do some beer reviews from there as well. Even though the most you know, most popular beers there are lagers and pale lagers and the domestic things and imported things, I found online, I found a little shop in Moscow where I'm going that sells over 400 imported beers, mostly like Belgian beers, German beers and English ales. I'll be looking forward to reviewing some of them, and they do have some gift sets as well. Maybe I'll bring back some cool glasses. So yeah, stay tuned. Even though I'm going, you know, away, I'm still going to be posting and continuing my third season. Probably not going to be any more themed weeks after this one, but you know, it could be interesting. I'll try to make something out of the box probably. Cheers for now. Bye.